here's where really this process went wrong in our profession. You know, back in what I like to call the Mercedes 80s, back when chiropractors just got paid just because they billed a code, right, long before the actual 98940 codes for the chiropractic manipulative treatment codes, back when chiropractors were just billing E&M codes as part of their normal way of practice, those were the heydays. Those were the days where no one ever challenged anything. Most chiropractors had that 3x5 card that they did all of their documenting on, and I don't know if we have anyone on the presentation today that remembers those days. Everyone would love to go back to the day where my documentation was a 3x5 card. But unfortunately, what happened is you had managed care that hit. You had technology hit healthcare, where the whole healthcare environment just shifted. It really went end on end and said, you know what, we're no longer just going to pay because someone said we should pay. We're now going to make the providers prove that the care they're providing is necessary. So what happened in our profession is back in the 80s, the reason our clinics were blowing up was basically all we did was talk about chiropractic. That's all we did. All we did was say, we are different, here's why we're different, here's the benefit we can have. Our 100% goal was just to convey, this is what chiropractic is, and this is why it works. Well, then you have managed care hit, and you have these medical necessity reviews, these documentation, and our whole focus no longer was on telling the story of chiropractic, but rather getting reimbursed. And so what we had is we had these insurance companies that said, well, we don't accept that diagnosis, bill this diagnosis and we'll pay you. Well, we don't accept that code, bill this code and we'll pay you. And because our focus was on getting paid, not telling our story, we started complying with those behavior requests. And the next thing you know, we're fast forward 15 years, and chiropractic is 4 diagnoses, 3 procedure codes, and nobody allows anything outside of that. So really the issue with documentation is we still practice day in and day out, still telling the chiropractic story, talking about prevention, talking about better lifestyle, diet, all the different things that we do that has total impact on health. But yet in the world of insurance, we're trying to hone that all down to the 4 or 5 ICD-9 codes or the 5 or 6 CPT codes. And then in our notes, we're all a mess because we're trying to doctor our note to be able to do what we think the insurance company wants to get paid. So in all honesty, what we've got to do is we've got to get back to just telling the story of chiropractic.